Back to the well-lit structure of my bathroom. Hello, everybody. This is R. Felix Finch, Frisco Flame, and I am here with your report on NJPW, The New Beginning in Sapporo, Night 2. We start off with singles action between Toa Hinare and Yota Tsuji. It continues the story of singles matches between these two. Hinare with early control, but the two seem to feel each other out. Hinare is so smooth in his displays of power. Tsuji really using his size to properly maneuver around the ring. Speaking of the Super Bowl, he is a former American football player there in Japan. Tsuji transitioning the kick out into a Boston Crab was a pretty cool little spot. And Tsuji just unloads forearms onto Hinare until hitting some solid chops and a really crisp spear. It's not enough though. Hinare turns Tsuji inside out with a lariat, and Hinare wins with a Toa bottom. I gave this 2 stars. It was a really solid match between the two, and I'm loving the development of Yota Tsuji. Next up, Yuya Uemura teams up with Tomoaki Honma and Togi Makabe to take on Tiger Mask, Manabu Nakanishi, and Hiroyoshi Tenzan. Uemura and Nakanishi started off with Uemura on the attack, and Nakanishi quickly recovers and delivers some strong chops that even flipped the young lion. Tenzan gets a lot of time in there with Honma, and they're in there with each other, with Honma taking quite a bit of the heat. Uemura also gets in and takes some really good-looking chops from Nakanishi while he has Tiger Mask and a Boston Crab, but Tiger Mask is the one that ends up getting a win with a pin from a Tiger Suplex onto Uemura. I gave this 1 star. It was a perfectly fine multi-man match, but there's nothing too exciting or too out of the ordinary with this. Next up, we have Gabriel Kidd debuting against El Phantasmo. Gabriel Kidd is representing the LA Dojo, and this is his first televised match with New Japan, even though he's established in England, even performing in WCPW and Defiant, or / Defiant, depending on how you want to look at it. The two have a really basic open, and ELP does throw in some flair from here to there with his movement. It's a very grounded grappling art style. It's a bit of a trading off between the two, and there's a bit of taunting. Phantasmo pulls off a full side tightrope walk before hitting Hurricanrana on Kidd. Kidd starts getting an offense as he builds momentum and gets a few pin opportunities as well. There's a great move as Kidd props himself onto his head to escape a Boston Crab, but El Phantasmo wins with a top rope splash. I gave this 1.5 stars. It was a real good introduction to Kidd for those who may not have seen him before, though I suspect we can see a lot more from him in the future. In a preview of the championship match we'll get for the Never Openweight 6-man tag team titles, we have Robbie Eagles teaming with Tomohiro Ishii and Hiroki Goto to take on Bushi, Evil, and Shingo Takagi. And Evil and Ishii are immediately going after one another. Bushi and Eagles are having a go at one another, being the smaller men of the group. And the feud between Shingo Takagi and Hiroki Goto just continues in the match. And when everybody's going to the floor, they're pairing off. The battle in ring between Shingo and Goto is beautiful, and even Evil and Ishii get in, and there's just a lot of big, beefy movement going on. A lariat from Shingo to Ishii sounds super solid, just landing with all of the impact, just pure blunt force trauma. Things finally get less beefy as Eagles and Bushi get back in, and the majority of the story is around them. Eagles is able to get a 450 onto Bushi's leg, and a Ron Miller special, that kind of like interesting cloverleaf figure 4 thing I talked about yesterday. And Bushi submits as the beefy boys battle each other to prevent the breakup. I gave this 3.5 stars. It was really fun. The pairing offs made for some great moments, and it was good to see Eagles get to shine. 8-man action as Ryusuke Taguchi coaches Sho and Yo and is joined by Jon Moxley against Doki, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, El Desperado, and Minoru Suzuki. Suzuki makes his way up to fight Moxley as he's coming through the crowd before the match even begins. The rest of the teams are battling on the outside of the ring. Mox starts strangling Suzuki with his shirt, and the two of them are battling on top of one of those Japanese tables that don't sell for anything. Doki and Sho are battling in the ring, and Sho's actually getting a lot of heat in there from all of Suzuki-gun, while Suzuki and Moxley still continue the fight in the commentary area. Suzuki-gun team up on Shonyo. Moxley and Suzuki then get to battle in ring. Taguchi eventually ends up triple teamed by Suzuki-gun in a kind of comedic spot before Shonyo are able to get in and help break it up. Doki with a very cool, gory special backslide pin combo, while Mox and Suzuki slap fight. And again, they can make a slap fight look intimidating. And Mox at one point even kicks away Taguchi in the middle of the fight. Taguchi ends up winning by hitting a Bomaye on Doki, followed by an ankle lock for the submission. And Mox and Suzuki continue battling after the match, after the bell. I gave this 3 stars. The match is all about the story between Mox and Suzuki, with some highlights between Taguchi and Doki. We have Hiromu Takahashi, Sanada, and Tetsuya Naito representing LIJ against Taiji Shimori, Jay White, and Kenta of the Bullet Club. Action begins with high-speed Hiromu stuff being typically tranquilo, while Jay White cuts him off. But you know what? Kenta gets in, and he begins attack before Naito can even get his pants off. Gives a DDT to Naito in the walkway, and Kenta works over Hiromu in ring and gets back outside to start battling Naito again. The crowd is hot once Naito is able to get in the ring and respond to Kenta's aggressions. And even though Kenta cuts off Naito with a draping DDT, Sanada is able to get in a hot tag, a Paradise Lock on Ishimori, and even a dropkick to Gedo on the outside. Ishimori is able to hold his own against the much larger Sanada, but Sanada is able to submit Ishimori with a skull end, and I gave this 3.5 stars. I love heel Kenta, one of the best things going in wrestling right now, and I'm glad Sanada is getting a chance to gain momentum back once again. Rev Pro's British Heavyweight Championship is on the line as Will Ospreay takes on Zack Sabre Jr. And Ospreay, you just think of him as a flippy boy? No, I've said it several times. The man can wrestle, and he does it here once again. It's not a complete clash of styles, but he is frequently on guard against Zack Sabre Jr.'s isolationary offense. Ospreay is able to use his agility to work around Zack Sabre Jr. and catch the legs of Zack Sabre Jr. occasionally, trying to ground him. Zack Sabre Jr. is apparently focusing on the neck of Ospreay, but will happily accept whatever limb he can reach throughout the match. Ospreay is able to get small moments of flash in there, and the aggression between the two and trash talk while trading holds is noteworthy. Ospreay even spikes Zack Sabre Jr. like that old Beverly Brothers finisher at one point, and it is scary. These gents hate each other's necks. There's a gorgeous Oz cutter, but Zack Sabre Jr. manages to roll out of the ring during the sell. Ospreay hits a lot of high-impact moves, but Zack Sabre Jr. remains resilient. Zack Sabre Jr. is able to get an octopus stretch on Ospreay and brings him to the ground, consistently transitioning until Ospreay appears to pass out and Red Shoes calls for a stoppage. I gave this match 4.5 stars. It was an awesome match. I was shocked by the ending, but it shows the best of what British wrestling has to offer. And it is time for our main event. Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker, taking on Taichi, the Phantom of Karaoke Opera. I've never quite figured out Taichi's gimmick. But there's a great video package to open the Taichi entrance. Okada takes early control, but seems to be favoring his neck during the battle on the outside. Taichi wraps production cables around the neck of Okada. Taichi is able to wrap up Okada with his body and is able to get a good amount of offense targeting the taped neck of Okada, and at points even removing tape. Taichi uses Miho Abe to prevent Okada from capitalizing on attack opportunities, and is able to lead Okada to the entrance ramp, but the two battle to get a hold of each other, resulting in a shotgun dropkick from Okada to Taichi, knocking Taichi off the ramp, but causing Okada to hit the ramp hard. Taichi is very deliberate in his movements, seemingly wanting to make Okada suffer. Taichi tries to get Iizuka's Iron Glove involved, but Okada is able to dropkick him off the top rope. And Okada takes the Iron Glove, goes to give it to Red Shoes, but Kanemaru comes out, and he's taken umbrage to this. It distracts Red Shoes enough for Taichi to grab a chair, hit Okada solidly in the head to pop out the cushion of the chair. And the pants come off. Taichi locks up Okada's head, puts him in a sleeper, and It looks like he's about to pass out, but Taichi goes for the pin instead, and Okada kicks out. Okada tries to get Rainmakers off, but Taichi is able to reverse him. Taichi seems to be taking this match as mere mind games against Okada. Taichi grabs Red Shoes to reverse another Rainmaker and hits Okada with a low blow, and Gato Clutch gets a 2.99 count. I swear that was 3. It looked like 3, but Red Shoes says it was 2, so we have to go by Red Shoes' rules. Okada's finally able to catch Taichi, deliver a spinning tombstone, and a Rainmaker for the win. I gave this 4 stars. It was a slow build, but it got a very intense ending, and I really thought Taichi was going to walk away with this one. But it's probably Taichi's best match he's had in a very long time. And we end the show with Okada sending off the Sapporo crowd, telling them that we will see them in July. The schedule is going to get weird this year because of the Olympics. Overall, I also give this show a B. The highlights for me were definitely the British Heavyweight Championship, as well as Okada and Taichi. They did a really good job previewing the new beginning in Osaka later this week, their highlight matches, including Kenta Naito and Mox Suzuki. They've done a great job of that the past 2 nights. And also, good job on Gabriel Kidd going from WCPW/Defiant to now featuring in New Japan. But you know what, guys? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Be sure to like this video if you enjoy it. Share it on your multiple platforms. And buy my shirts, including this Rainbow Warrior hoodie, at FriscoFlame.com. You can also support me on Patreon.com/FriscoFlame. Peace out, party peoples. I will be here Thursday night for the new beginning in Osaka.